Welcome back to AFT Dice Season 2. It is round 13. Merry Christmas. Let's go to the first game. It is Hawthorn versus Essendon at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. And the first quarter, Hawthorn have kicked 6 goals, 3. To Essendon, 6 goals, 3. So even apiece at quarter time. 13-9 apiece. Let's go to the second quarter. Hawthorn have kicked 2 goals, 4. So that's 8 goals, 7. To Essendon, 1 goal, 3. So that's 7 goals, 6. And at halftime, Hawthorn are leading by 7 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Hawthorn have kicked 1 goal, 3. So that's 9 goals, 10. To Essendon, 3 goals, 6. So that's 10 goals, 12. And Essendon are leading at three-quarter time by 8 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Hawthorn have kicked 1 goal, 6. So that's 10 goals, 16. To Essendon, 1 goal, 4. So that's 11 goals, 16. And in the end, 6 points. All right, Essendon are moving up the ladder this in the top 4. Hawthorn are just outside the 8 in 9th spot. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Sydney versus North Melbourne. Let's go to the first quarter. Sydney have kicked 3 goals, 1. To North Melbourne, 5 goals, 1. All right, at quarter time, North Melbourne are leading by 12 points. Sydney have kicked 2 goals, 4 in the second quarter. So that's 5 goals, 5. To North Melbourne, 2 goals, 5. So it's 7 goals, 6. Okay, at halftime, North Melbourne are leading by 13 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Sydney have kicked 1 goal, 6. So that's 6 goals, 11. To North Melbourne, 5 goals, 2. So it's 12 goals, 8. And at three-quarter time, North Melbourne have got a comfortable lead by 33 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Sydney have kicked 2 goals, 3. So that's 8 goals, 14. To North Melbourne, 4 goals, 3. So that's 16 goals, 11. And North Melbourne have won this game at the SCG. They move off the bottom of the ladder into position 16th. Sydney just above North Melbourne in 15th. All right, let's go to the next game, Melbourne versus Geelong at the MCG. Melbourne have kicked 6 goals, 2. To Geelong, 3 goals, 4. Okay, let's go to the second quarter. And Melbourne have kicked 4 goals, 1. So that's 10 goals, 3. To Geelong, 6 goals, 4. So that's 9 goals, 8. And at half time, Melbourne are leading by a point. Let's go to the third quarter. Melbourne have kicked 1 goal, 2. So it's 11 goals, 5. To Geelong, 5 goals, 2. So it's 14 goals, 10. And at three-quarter time, Geelong are leading by 23 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Melbourne have kicked 1, 6. So that's 12 goals, 11. And Geelong have kicked 4 goals, 1. So that's 18 goals, 11. And in the end, Geelong have beaten Melbourne at the G. So Geelong move up to 5th after beating Melbourne. Melbourne have moved down to 2nd, losing around about 3%. And now Brisbane are on top of the ladder with 0.34% in front of Melbourne. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Carlton versus Fremantle. Carlton have kicked 4 goals, 6. To Fremantle, 5 goals, 6. And at quarter time, Fremantle are leading by 6 points. Carlton have kicked 6 goals, 3 in the second quarter. So it's 10 goals, 9. To Fremantle, 4 goals, 4. So it's 9 goals, 10. And at half time, Carlton are leading by 5 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Carlton have kicked 4 goals, 3. So that's 14 goals, 12. To Fremantle, 5 goals, 2. So that's 14 goals, 12. And at three-quarter time, it is level. And let's go to the last quarter. Carlton have kicked 3 goals, 2. So that's 17 goals, 14. To Fremantle, 4 goals, 1. So that's 18 goals, 13. And in the end, Fremantle have won this game by 5 points. Okay, Fremantle, after beating Carlton, have moved up to top position. So around the last couple of games have been the battle of the top 8. Now we've got one Richmond, next game, Richmond versus West Coast Eagles at the MCG. Let's go to the first quarter. Richmond have kicked 5 goals, 4. To West Coast, 6 goals, 2. And at quarter time, West Coast are leading by 4 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Richmond have kicked 4 goals, 1. So that's 9 goals, 5. To West Coast, 1-6. So that's 7 goals, 8. And at half time, Richmond are leading by 9 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Richmond have kicked 6 goals, 4. So that's 15 goals, 9. To West Coast Eagles, 2 goals, 2. So that's 9 goals, 10. And at three-quarter time, Richmond are leading by 35 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Richmond have kicked 4 goals, 3. So that's 19 goals, 12. To West Coast, 5 goals, 2. So that's 14 goals, 12. And in the end, Richmond have won by 5 goals. So Richmond move into 7th spot on the ladder. West Coast in 13th. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Collingwood versus Brisbane at the MCG. Collingwood have kicked 1 goal, 4. To Brisbane, 1 goal, 6. Let's go to the second quarter. Collingwood have kicked 4 goals, 1. 4 goals, 1. So that's 5 goals, 5. To Brisbane, 4 goals, 2. So that's 5 goals, 8. And at halftime, Brisbane are leading by 3 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Collingwood have kicked 5 goals, 1. So that's 10 goals, 6. To Brisbane, 1 goal, 1. So that's 6 goals, 9. And at three-quarter time, Collingwood are leading by 21 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Collingwood have kicked 6 goals, 3. So that's 16 goals, 9. To Brisbane, 3 goals, 2. So that's 9 goals, 11. And in the end, Collingwood have won their home game against Brisbane, who had a chance to go on top of the ladder with a game clear, but tough game at the MCG against the Magpies. Okay, let's go to the next game. It's Western Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide at Marvel Stadium. Western Bulldogs, 1 goal, 5. To Port Adelaide, 5 goals, 4. Okay, let's go to the second quarter. Port Adelaide are in front by 25 points already. Western Bulldogs have kicked 2 goals, 5 in the second quarter. So it's 3 goals, 10. To Port Adelaide, 2 goals, 5. So it's 7 goals, 9. And at half time, Port Adelaide are leading by 23 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Western Bulldogs have kicked 4 goals, 3. So that's 7 goals, 13. To Port Adelaide 2-2. So that's 9 goals, 11. And at three-quarter time, Port Adelaide are leading by 10 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. Western Bulldogs have kicked 2 goals, 5. So that's 9 goals, 18. To Port Adelaide 1-1. So that's 10 goals, 12. And in the end, we've got another draw. Last round we had a draw. This time another draw. Western Bulldogs 72, Port Adelaide 72. Oh my God, I can't believe it. So we've had 2 draws this season. Last season we only had 1 draw, and that was in round 3, North Melbourne versus Brisbane. But this time, two in 2 rounds. All right. So Western Bulldogs, they're just outside the 8 now, just half a game out, and Port Adelaide are in 12th spot. Okay, let's go to the next game. It's Gold Coast versus St Kilda at Metricon Stadium. Gold Coast 2 goals, 4 in the first quarter to St Kilda 4 goals, 2. Okay, let's go to the second quarter. St Kilda in front by 10 points. Gold Coast have kicked 3 goals, 4. So that's 5 goals, 8. To St Kilda 5 goals, 6. So that's 9 goals, 8. And St Kilda have gone out to a 4-goal lead at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter. Gold Coast kicked 5 goals, 1 in the third quarter. So it's 10 goals, 9. To St Kilda 4 goals, 4. So it's 13 goals, 12. And at three-quarter time, St Kilda are leading by 21 points. All right, let's go to the last quarter. Gold Coast have kicked 5 goals, 5. So it's 15 goals, 14. To St Kilda, 4 goals, 1. So it's 17 goals, 13. And in the end, St Kilda have come out winners against the Gold Coast Suns, which puts St Kilda up in 16th spot. Gold Coast are in 13th spot. All right, so let's go to the last game of the round. It's Adelaide versus GWS. And the first quarter, Adelaide have kicked 3 goals, 5 to GWS, 1 goal, 1. Okay. All right, let's go to the second quarter. Adelaide are leading by 16 points. Adelaide have kicked 5 goals, 4. So that's 8 goals, 9. To GWS Giants, 2 goals, 4. So that's 3 goals, 5. And at half time, Adelaide are leading by 34 points. All right, let's go to the third quarter. Adelaide have kicked 3 goals, 2. So that's 12 goals, 11 goals, 11. To GWS Giants, 2 goals, 2. So that's 5 goals, 7. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide are leading by 40 points. Let's go to the last quarter. Adelaide have kicked 4 goals, 3. So that's 15 goals, 14. To GWS Giants, 6 goals, 5. So that's 11 goals, 12. And in the end, Adelaide have beaten GWS Giants at Adelaide Oval by 26 points. All right, that concludes round 13. It was a thriller round. We had a draw. Western Bulldogs versus Port Adelaide, 72 apiece. So the 8 stands like this: Fremantle on top with Melbourne second, Brisbane third, Essendon fourth, Geelong, Carlton and Richmond and Collingwood round out the 8. Okay, so that concludes round 13. We'll see you next time at round 14.